Okay, so good morning, everyone. So first of all, thanks for joining on this Saturday to spend some time to learn on new technologies. So before going on to today's sessions, I'll give a small introduction about our community. So our community is called Talklify. So what is Talklify? It's a technical community. Like we used to conduct events based on Microsoft technologies every month, second Saturday. So we focus on technologies like SQL, Azure, Xamarin. So all the Microsoft technologies we focused upon. Um, so if you are interested, like to speak in this community, you can just go to our Twitter handle called Talklify, and then you can just send us a message if you are interested. We are happy to um, happy to to be on board you as a speaker to Talklify community. So it's a small introduction about our Talklify, and we also have an specific community to Angular. So it's called as NG Carolum. So we also conduct Angular focused events on last Saturday of every month. So it's purely based on Angular. So this is a small introduction about Talklify. So today's sessions we have two speakers. So one is Sundaram. So he'll be talking about the performance tuning of SQL queries, and next we have Vignesh Mani. Like he'll be talking about SQL Paas services and sync to Azure Paas to on premises. So yeah, so these two speakers, they also write blogs and also have spoken in lot of technical talks and community. So you can reach out to him in their Twitter handle. So for Sundaram, it's I'm Sundarbai, and for Wiki is MCA Wiki MAS. So you can watch the sessions, and if you have any questions, you can raise in the comments. So we'll pick it up once after um, all the sessions is done. So you can just post your questions in the comments. We'll pick it up one by one. So thanks everyone. Thanks for joining. So over to you, Sundaram.
Thank you, sirs. So, okay. So let me know. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, Sundaram.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sirs. It was a very good introduction about me and my another community speaker, Vicky. So first of all, very good morning, everyone. Thanks for spending your valuable time to learn something new. And So today we are going to learn something how we can perform our SQL queries in a better way, how we can write in an efficient way, and we can perform some tuning operations and all. So let's see one by one. So before getting into the session, let me give you a small introduction about myself. Even Suhas has given a very good. Uh, my name is Sundaram Subramanian. I am currently working as a developer in a leading company in Technopark, Trivandrum, Kerala, and I own my own blog, which is called learnwithsundar.com. So please feel free to visit the site when you get time. I predominantly works on Microsoft technologies, and currently I'm working on DB sites. And this is my Twitter handle. I am Sundar Boy. If you have any queries or if you want to reach out me, you can connect me in the Twitter. And I am also one of the organizer of this community called Talklify. So, uh, okay, so let's get into the session first. So, before getting into our core content, I will just give you a small introduction. We know what is database and all. So, there are many databases like Oracle, MySQL, MongoDB, and all. So, likewise, Microsoft also, a long back also, they have launched a database which is called as SQL Server. So SQL Server is a relational database management system. It is typically designed for the enterprise applications, and the language which we use is called TSQL. So, uh, so we used to write queries in TSQL. Okay. So today we will be mainly focusing only on Microsoft SQL Server. and what is performance tuning and why we need that, right? So, um, consider one scenario: you have a very large interface application, and if your application is very slow, then you are wasting your time, and we don't have much patience, isn't it? So we always want our response immediately after giving a request. So, likewise, apart from DB side, if you are working on C Sharp or Java, at a once, if you are looking into the code, you can able to understand where the logical mistake is. For example, if you are using while loop, or else, I mean, sorry, if you are using for loop, or any other complex code in your C Sharp or Java side, you can easily can understand on the first look itself. Whereas in DB, we can't say that this is the root cause of the slowness, because there are many scenarios, and it differ from multiple databases scenarios, or else multiple project DBs. Say, for example, if a query is running very slow in a uh, medical database, okay, let's take an example as medical database and student database. I am taking a list of patients details from the uh, database, from the medical database, okay. And if I have more than 1 lakh of records, then definitely my query will be slow and my results will be very slow. And again, I'm going to apply the same select operation in my student details. And if I have only 10 or 100 records, the query will be working very faster because my records are very less. So in DB side, we can't say this is the root cause of the slowness or lag in the query performance. So we have to do query tuning, that is performance tuning, very frequently. Like as a health checkup, we have to do frequently. Okay. So performance tuning statement is finding and taking the fastest route to answer your query. That's what I just before explained. Uh, so if you are giving a query, we need to get the response immediately, not even more than 0 microseconds. It should not take more than 0 microseconds. That's what I mean. It should not take more than 1 second, 1 second. So our all the operations should be done within the microseconds itself. So again saying, tuning SQL statements is finding and taking the fastest route to answer your query. So usually the performance tuning operations are done by database administrators, but not in all time. A DBA will be available only in a very high profile companies, or else in a very high large scale of team members. There will be a specific role as database administrator. But most of the companies, or like startups or medium level companies, they don't have a dedicated database administrator. All the full stack developers has to handle the performance tuning operations. So I strongly believe after writing a query, and after a long time, when we are checking that the query is slow and we are making some tuning operations, is totally rubbishness. So what I suggest is, as a developer, we have to know some basic efficient ways to write the queries. So if we are writing a queries in an efficient way, then definitely we will get the output much faster way. So it is not a magic and all. Everything is how we are writing our query. So how we are writing our query, based on that, the uh, performance will be there. Okay. So so first thing first, let's learn why our queries slow down, or how our queries slow down, right? I just gave a very little bit introduction before that, why our queries are slow down. So first thing is like bad logical database design. Say for example, um, database design wrong in the sense, bad in the sense, uh, as a developer, we are collecting all the requirements, and if we are trying to store all the data in a single table or not more than not and more than not more than three or four tables, definitely your database design is wrong. So we have to normalize our requirement and store the data. For example, let's take an example as student details for an school or college. So we can split the student details into multiple forms like students' personal details, students I mean educational details, and their academic details, their personal details. Likewise, we can split the student one data into multiple forms. So always design your database in a efficient way. Okay, if you are designing a if you are using applying a bad logic of design, then definitely our queries will be getting slowed down. And if you are not writing an efficient query, then that will also turn into a very uh, slow process. Okay, and returning a large data. Say, for example, if you want to know all the students' details, in the sense, if you are applying select star from the table name without any where condition or else, you are just taking the raw data, in the sense, uh, definitely it will be getting slow down. But this is not applicable in all the various all the time. If you have 10 records, then definitely you will get much faster record, much faster response. What if you have 10 million records? Definitely your query will be getting slow down. It will take at least 3 minutes to 4 minutes to execute the process, so until the user has to wait to see the result. So if you are trying, so never ever try to return a large amount of data. We have to apply some operations that I will be telling in my upcoming slides. And next thing is like selecting not rocket columns, which means if you want to know about only the student's first name and last name, in the sense you should only return your first name and last name in that query. Instead of returning, if you are returning first name, last name, their department name, id, uh, student id, and their address, which are not required at that moment, then better not to return those columns in your query. Just send back whatever the columns required in that scenario. So always design your database in a better logical way, and write always, as a developer, always try to write an efficient query, and never ever try to return a large data, that is without any filter operations. You can try, I mean, you can some business logic needs a large data, but try to apply much filters. Try to filter or select accurate data. And the last thing is, um, never ever send unused columns or not required columns. So this, if you are writing like these kind of things, then definitely your performance will be getting slow down. Okay, so I said we have to write our queries in an efficient way. Okay, so I will be giving some pro tips that can improve your SQL query performance. So how we can write uh, SQL queries efficiently. So I come from the basic. When you are have collected your data, now we have, your client has given all the required data. Okay, so now you have data. As a DB, the in from DB point of view, you have to go through the entire requirements and understand everything clearly, and decide how many tables do we need, how many records will be there. Likewise, we have to uh, take it manually. I mean, calculate those things, and we have to apply normalization forms. Okay, I hope you all have some basic knowledge about normalization, so I'm not getting into that much detail. Okay, so always try to design your database tables by applying normalization form. Okay, so normalized and managed tables increase the performance of a database. Okay, and at least try to apply third normalization form. We can't apply up to five enough, but we have to try. At least we have to apply four or three. If we are applying a three enough normalization form, in the sense we can say that the database is here. A structured one, since it is a relational database management system. So at least we have to try to apply the normalization form. So once you have collected all the requirement, try to create your tables in a normalized form. Okay. Now we have decided to create a table, and now what we have to do is each table have multiple columns. Okay. So each multiple column should have a appropriate data type. So we have to give you appropriate data type according to the requirements. Say for example, if you are going to store a mobile number, then declare that as int, or else big int. Don't declare that as a nvarchar or varchar. We already know that this field is going to be either null or it will coming as a integer value. So never go, if the value is coming as integer, then declare that as an integer data type. Never try to or never try the bad practice of declaring the varchar. I have seen many database tables that for easiness they have created n varchar of 10, n varchar of max for a phone number data type, or for a phone number column. And if you are going to sorry, if you are going to store your students consolidate mark, then declare that column in a float type. Definitely we know that the column will be coming in a decimal way. So either uh, we can declare that column in a double or else in a decimal. So always choose your data type appropriate based on the requirement. So, and next thing is, once we have normalized our table, we have designed the table and we know what are the uh, basic uh, data types we have to give. Next thing what we have to do is we have to give the correct naming convention. So never give the column names too long, or else, and never give a column name with 1 2 3 like this. Never ever never try to give like this. Always give a meaningful names. A good naming convention decrease the time required in search of an object. So instead of, say for example, if you are creating a table, then don't give your table name in a very large thing, or else if you are giving a column name in a very large. So a meaningful name should indicate the action of any object that will it perform. Say for example, in student details, if I'm going to store the student name, then either you can split the columns as first name, middle name, last name, or else you can give the name as full name. So don't give some meaningless names. So that's the thing. Okay. Then uh, now we know how to give the names for the columns. Now we are coming back to the storing the uh, data in the table. Okay, so we know that in rows and columns format, our data will be stored. Um, okay, storing document part. Here, what I'm trying to say is, like as I said before, based on the data type, we have to store the value. Okay, we have some scenarios where we have to upload our documents. It can be our photo, or it can be any PDF documents and all. So if you, sometimes what we think is, instead of storing that in the applications folder or some other locations, we try to directly store that application in database. If you ask, is it possible to store the database a document in a database? Then definitely we can, but the size should be very less. It should not take more than 1 MB. For PDF, it should not take more than 25 KB like this. Some size restrictions are there. Okay. So usually, as a database designers, what they suggest is you have to store the path where you are going to store your files. For example, in if you are hosting your application, okay, in hosting application itself, you can take a separate space, or else you can create a folder within your application to store the documents. Usually that's what the developers do. So what we have to do is we have to store the path, and while retrieving in the UA, I mean in the web application, we have to send the path, and from in the C sharp or else in Java, they have to fetch the document from the specific folder. So many developers try to store the documents into database instead of the document path. As I said, it is possible to store the document if the document size is in lesser, but because of storing documents in a database increases the database size and reduces the performance. If you are trying to retrieve uh, the document in your SQL query, definitely your query will be getting slowed down. You will not get the result as speed as expected. So always we have to store the path location of the document where we are going to store. Okay, hopefully I think this will make much sense. Okay, so next thing is indexes. But before getting into this, let's have look on some other things. So I am going to my SSMS, and let me increase my screen size so that you can able to see. Okay, before getting into this, all the experiments which I am going to explain now, I have stored that in my Git repository. Okay, so after ending this session, Suhas will share the Git repository, so you can try it off your own. Okay, so first of all, first thing, now we know how to store the data in our database. Everything we covered the basic things. Now what we have to do is the major activity comes here. Now we have to retrieve our data from the database. From retrieving, from while retrieving only, we are getting slowness, right? So we have to perform tuning in the retrieving. I mean, simply we have to perform in the select statements. Okay, okay. I have already inserted few records in this table. Okay, so totally we have 12 records. Okay, and it consists of the table consists of student ID, first name, last name, and their registration number and their degree, whether they are PG student or else UG student. And I have the other information like when the record is created. For that, I am using created date and who created the record. So for that, I am using created by. Cool. Okay, so this is student details table. Right? I have 12 records of student details. First thing first, okay, never try to return the entire table by using asterisk, by using star symbol. Definitely, it will slow down your process. So, if I am going to my execution plan and I am going to execute this, now let's see that you can see the clustered index scan is happening here. Don't worry about the index scanning things and all. I will be explaining that at the last. Okay, so as for now, keep in mind that we should always get that index seek instead of index scan. Always we need to get seek. Okay, so if you are getting, as for now, you just keep in mind, if you are getting seek, then definitely our query is performing better way. Okay, so the better way is to return what are the required details that user needs. Obviously they need student ID, but okay, fine, I have not resulted it here. Okay, since I have registration number, this is the system ID. So the student ID is primary key ID, which is used for relationship between the tables or mapping between the tables. So obviously the front end or the user, okay, the end user doesn't need to know about these values. All they need to know is the first name, last name, student registration number, and degree. So always try to return what are the required columns for that scenario. I mean, from that table, we have to return only the required columns. Okay, so this is how. Instead of using star, always return the required columns. This will be efficient if we have more than thousands of records, or else more than 10,000 or millions of records. And I'm not sure whether these days developers are using this Cartesian join or is cross join. But if you look into your older application, there we could see that many of our queries have been I mean has written in Cartesian join like this. So they have never ever mentioned that it is a join or anything else. So this will be slow down your execution process. Again, if you look into the process, you could see that we have the index scan here. Okay, so the better way of using not using cross join or Cartesian join is by making a simply by making a join. So just we have to mention as join. So this is the better way of writing the query. So here we have not mentioned the join. We just simply selected the table columns, and we separated by a comma. Okay, so we should not write the queries in that way. Always write in join. I'm not approaching that join is always good, but in some scenarios joins are good. Okay, and also uh, for 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 primary filters, sometimes we may be using having things, right? So we should not use having for the primary filters. We have to use where clause for the filter operations. So let's take this example. What I am trying to return here is I want to results from, okay, from the registration number 123 to 127. Okay, so I am going to filter my results by using having. So we shouldn't write the query like this. Obviously, the results are correct. I won't say the result is wrong. The results are correct, but this is not the efficient way of writing a primary filter. Always we have to write where our always we have to do our primary sorry always we have to do primary filter by using where clause. Okay, okay, so here I have applied group by uh, so that's why I'm grouping my results by first name, last name, uh, registration number, degree. Okay, so obviously, if you are going to use having, definitely we have to use some aggregate function. So so I never approach for uh, if uh, approach these group by clause or else having while for doing a primary filters. Okay, so the better way is always try to use where clause. So I am going to apply the same condition. I want to results of students between 123 and 1227. In between, we have 5 records. I need those records. So this is also returning the same results. See, there is no difference in the result. So just remember, always for filter your table with where clause and use exist. So, so this is very simple. Before getting this, this is very simple thing. So we have very less data, but always consider, if what if we have a large amount of data. If we have large amount of data, definitely the performance will be getting slower. Okay, so here is one scenario to check whether we have at least one row in that table, and if we have records at least more than one, at least one, then select that table. Likewise, we have applied. This is just an example. Consider a scenario if you want to do a bulk insert or bulk update. Okay, we have to at least we will be checking whether the records exist in the table or not. So what we do is, in previous times, we may be writing we as a developer, we may be writing the query like this: if the count of one from the table is greater than zero, then do some query TSQL statements or some do some operations like this we write. But this is very very bad approach. Okay, already we have 12 records, so definitely this condition is true, so it will be returning the 12 records here. But in SQL Server, we have a keyword as exist. So we have to use the exist. Okay. So I won't say this is a wrong. This will definitely give the answer correctly, but this is not the efficient way of writing the query. So definitely this will make our queries little bit slow down. So the better way of writing that is to check whether the data already exists in the table or not by checking by using the keyword exist. Okay, now we got 12 records. Now let's execute this query. Again, we got 12 records. Okay, so these are very, very primary things which we may know, but we may not be using while writing the query. Or else, these are some basic things which we may not know, and we will be writing a simple query in a complex way. So that's why I'm saying. So if we clear some basic things, then definitely our query will be performing in a better way. Okay. And next is wildcard characters. Uh, Most of us know, right? This scenario, like with percentage, some word, and with percentage, like this, it's like a free search, or if we want to select some records, then we will be using like this. So what is the problem here? I'm just selecting some records where it consists of array. So it will bring the all the records. I mean, in my scenario, what I'm applying is, I'm returning uh, the column. I'm applying the filter where, okay, the first name consists of the words R A. But actually what I want is, I want the names of the name of the student whose name starts with RA. If I apply like this, definitely it will bring Sundaram, Saravana, Pushparaj, Vidayaraj. Likewise, it will bring in the date. But actually, what we wanted is, we want Rajesh, Raj, Ramki, Ram. These are the results we want. So never write like percentage uh, I mean, between a friend and first and last between a word. Always give the accurate thing. So the better way of writing the query is always give at the last. So now what we'll get is, we get the student names whose name starts with RA. So that is the thing we want to apply, right? So where these scenarios will be applying, well, uh, if you are if you want to consider your application has a auto text. Okay, and the main thing is, like, when you are typing RA, it should bring the names which starts from RA. Okay, and not in between RA. So this is what we expect. So in that scenarios, we have to um, use the wildcard in a proper way. So the better way of writing is always give at the last to get the accurate result. Okay, and we know that there are many functions in in SQL Server. Okay, so I am saying that functions are very good, but we should not use those functions in the where condition or else as a predicators. Okay, so let's take all the records now. Okay. Mm, okay. Let's come here so that you can able to understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, we are here now. In this function, I mean, sorry, in this statement, what I am trying to select is I want the student details whose created date on or on the month of December. So I only need the records whose records or I mean who students joined or whose entries are on December month. Okay, so SQL Server provides a function as month. So if we pass a date, it will uh, bring the results. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want results, so results um, whose created date are on December. So I have written functions in my predicators. So this is not the better way. The better way of writing is we should not use any functions as uh, any functions in the where condition. Okay, the better way of writing is we have to create the I mean we have to use the where condition, the column, and we know we want the records between whose records are December month only. So we know the start date of the December and we know the last date of the December. So always we have to take the records like this. Okay. So never use a function uh, in a bare condition. So we get a better results. Okay. And another good example is like we know we try to apply in, right? Okay, so here what I am trying to get is I want so this is our complete table. So I am saying I want the student records starting from 1 to 3 to uh, up to 1 to 6. Okay, these are the records I wanted. So I know some specific registration numbers. So in for a easy way, we maybe if I mean I'm not saying that in is wrong, in is correct if the numbers or the passing values are not in a sequence way. Say for example, I am taking 1 to 3 and I need a student record of 1 to 8, or and I need a student record of 1 3 3, right? So if I want so, then I can use in. But if I'm going to take a record of record in a sequence way, okay, from starting to end, so we in that scenarios we should not use in, we have to use between. So the better way of writing is we have to write between the we need to pass the starting of the student registration number and end. So this will also results in a better way. Okay. Still, you can see that we till now we have uh, the index as scan. As I said before, we need to get seek. Okay. Good. Okay. Now here I am going to select the required columns from the table. If you may ask, this is right? Yes, this is right. But always try to fetch a limited data, or else try to get the accurate results. So don't try to get the entire table results and all. The better way is by applying some where conditions. You can so for example, see here we have only PG, so you will be getting results in PG. You can apply a filter for, you can apply predicators for degree as PhD or UG. So always or else You can pass a student registration number, or else you can use a student's first name. Say, for example, if you want to, so for example, if you want to know, okay, from the records whose name is Sundaram, then you will be getting those records only. So the better way is always take an accurate data. That's what I'm not saying that you have to apply the bare condition, but what I'm trying to say is try to filter or try to get the accurate data. And so if in this table we have only less data, but in real time scenarios it is not so. We will be having more than millions of records, or at least more than thousands of, I mean, 10,000, 20,000 records we will be having. So in that scenarios, uh, we have to select the accurate data. Okay, so that will be uh, improving your performance. And uh, and if you are looking into some other old applications, you could see a code like this. See, uh, we need the first name, last name, and from other table we need another column name. So they have joined the, I mean, as shown before, like cross join, they have applied the common IDs, like which they have applied this kind of query is called as correlated queries. We should avoid this kind of queries. Instead of this, we have to use join. Okay, let's look into this first. Now I got 12 records. Okay, I have two tables. One table as student personal details and another table as student details. So what I'm trying here is bring me the address from student personal details where student ID matches between these two tables. Okay, so here I'm getting the records. So these two records are from the student details table, and the address column is from student personal details. We have applied correlated queries. Okay, this is totally wrong. Instead of this, what we have to do is we have to apply join. Okay, so, so we can rewrite the query like this. So I'm writing. Sorry, sorry. Okay. So I have my first table as student details, and I have second table as student personal details. And from this table, I need only address line number one. Okay, so I'm going to apply this. All right. Since I am used here join, the null columns will be truncated. We get non-null records. So thus, this is the efficient way of writing queries. So if I write these queries, for example, Amaldev, he doesn't have the address details. So what I'm trying to get here is I want to see the address details, right? But here it is null. So it is totally useless for me because we don't have any data. But whereas if we are returning the appropriate or accurate result, then it will be good. Okay, if I know, okay, only for these four students we have address line, and remaining students we don't have. This is the better way of writing your query. So always write your queries in a better way so that it will improve the performance. And the next thing which I want to share here is do not load data into table from external source. Okay, what does that mean is, suppose we have to migrate our data from uh, from a, from from an external source like Excel. Okay, we should not directly directly load the data into the table. Instead, what we have to do is we have to create a temporary table. Okay, first thing, using temporary table, we should not use more temporary tables in our databases. It will definitely slow down your uh, process. But in some scenarios, temporary table, CTEs, or as table variables are a good way. So if you want to store the so if you want to import the data from your Excel to SQL Server, create one temporary table. First, load all the data into the temporary table, and from temporary table, you have to load the data into the your primary table. This should be done if you have more than a lack of data. Otherwise, if you have less data, then you don't bother. You can directly insert unless until your table doesn't have indexes columns. See what if happens indexes instance, definitely while inserting or updating, definitely the process will be getting slowed down. So if so if you have if you have millions of records, then first load that into the temporary table. So data moving from one table to another table will be always faster way, rather than moving from a external source. So always move your data to a temporary table and make sure that your temporary table doesn't have indexes. Your temporary table should not have indexes. So if you have indexes, then that is totally useless. So in that scenarios, you can directly load your data into the primary table. So what we have to do is we have to create a uh, temporary table with no indexes, and we have to load the data. So always remember, data transformation between two tables will be faster than a data moving from an external source. Okay, so this is what I said. The efficient way is to practice like this if we have millions of data. Okay, now let's go back to our slide. Okay, I have mentioned that use indexes, isn't it? Now we came to the key or the king of the performance tuning. So all our performance, the major of things will happen, or the major performance can be done by using indexes. Okay, so till now what I explained is some basic basic ways of writing your SQL query, so that your operations will not be getting slowed down. Okay, now let's look into the indexes, the king rule or thumb rule. So there are two types of indexes. One is clustered index and another one is non-clustered index. Okay, first I will explain what is clustered index. A clustered index defines the order in which data is physically stored in a table. Did you got what I meant? I hope you all got, because you when we create a table, okay, we for the particular table we will be giving a primary key. Okay, so primary key always goes in a sequential order. So if we have 100 records, the 100 records will be inserted one by one. Okay, so so a clustered index defines the order in which data is physically stored in a table. uh, Table data can be stored in only one way, therefore, there can be only one clustered index per table. So, we don't want to worry much about the clustered index if your table has a primary key column. Okay, when we create a table, we know that we are going to apply the normalization forms. So, the first tool of the normalization form is that to we have to uh, we have at least one primary, we have to keep one primary key column, right? So when we are applying the primary key column, the records will be stored in a sequential way, and we know that the records will be physically stored in this order. Once we have declared the table in a with once we create a table with primary key, then definitely that column will have a clustered index. Let's go to our example DB. I'm using practical works and I'm going to show you the table. I'm using the table student details. So here you can see I have created the column student ID as primary key. So if you come to my indexes, you could see that there is one index which is created by the SQL server when we mention the column as primary key. You could see that it is a clustered index. So, as said, there can be only one clustered index per table. So, so when you are using clustered index, definitely it will be result in a very faster way. I would say one example. Quite long back, I wrote one stored procedure with a temporary table. I have okay. Again, that is a bad practice method, but for that particular scenario, I don't have any other option, so I used the temporary table. What I did is I created a ID column in the temporary table. Okay, but I didn't use the key. I didn't mention that table as primary key. So what happened is after getting 10,000s of records into the temporary 10,000s of record into the temporary table, uh, when I am fetching the records from that temporary table, the query got slowed down. The reason is I didn't use I'm not using the cluster there. I mean I didn't use index there. After I am declaring the table column as primary key, the query resulted within not more than 1 second. So always remember that if you are going to create a table, try to keep a primary key. I mean, try to apply at least normalization form one. Okay, even it can be a physical table, or else it can be a temporary table, or it can be say table variable. So always try to keep one primary key. Okay, and next thing is non-clustered index. Okay, it will not take much time. So let's wind up in 5 minutes. Okay, we came to the end. So non-clustered index is a data structure that improves the speed of data retrieval from tables. As I said, this is the key thing. Okay, so it is a data structure. It will improve the speed of retrieving the data from tables. So for in clustered indexes, we have only one indexes in the index per table. But non-clustered index is not so. We can use for shorting the data, or else we can use for store the data. Okay, so reason if we apply a clustered index, definitely our SQL will result in much faster way. Okay, so now I have a okay. We are coming back to the SQL. Okay, so far we are looking into this table. Okay, so here I am going to apply that uh, I want the student record whose name is first name is Sundaram. Okay, so I got two records now because I have two records. You may think that only I am selecting only two records, but still, what happens? It shows the index as scan, right? The reason is we have not applied the index. So now what we have to do is we have to apply the non-clustered index for the column. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply first. I know I want record from the first name. So what I'm going to do is for the thing which I have applied in the where clause, I have created a clustered index. Okay. So my index is created successfully. Again, this is the one which is not written. Which is not before we haven't updated the cluster. Okay, okay. Now let's see this simple example. So I am selecting the column first name. See, now the index is got changed to C. Now the index C. Before it was showing as scan. Now it changed to C. Why? Because we have applied our non index for the column first name. So we got the C. This is good. Okay. Again, we are going to apply the going to run the same query, but we are going to retrieve some other columns. Now, if you look into our execution plan, you could see that our index becomes scan. Why? Because along with the first name, we are returning some other columns as well. If we are returning some other columns, then uh, uh, we have to include those columns in our cluster as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the already created my cluster index. Okay, so now I have dropped. Good, all good. Okay, so in these statements, I'm going to retrieve registration number and degree as well. So what going to do is I'm going to include what are the other columns that I'm going to fetch from the table. And now I'm going to execute. Cool. Now we have created index for the, we have included the result columns as well. Now let's look into the execution plan. Now you could see that our, uh, sorry, okay. Now we got index C. So this is how uh, we have to apply indexes. So when if possible, uh, create indexes. Okay, and creating the index, key thing is if we are retrieving some other columns, we have to include those columns as well. Not only the columns which we are predominantly applying in the where clause, along with that, we have to include other columns that are we are fetching from the results. Okay, and try to reduce joins. I said before, if you are writing your query, don't try to, I mean, uh, don't try to include more joins. Reduce joins in most of the scenarios. So that will be a more efficient way. Uh, and if you want, you can split your queries. Okay, like this we have to do. Never use more joins in your in your single statements. And next point is never use indexes. Just before said, I said you have to use indexes, but now I am saying never use indexes. You know why? Okay, indexes are good when you are handling the data with large number of data results. Okay, indexes makes the fast retrieval of the result. That is true. Okay, but in some cases it is not yeah, efficient way, or it won't affect the performance of the query. So when we should not use indexes when the size of the table is very small. By the time we should not use indexes. Okay, and uh, when we for CRUD operations like insert, update, delete operations are frequently used for a particular table, then by the time we have to avoid the indexes. Okay, so if your table is just about to store the data, and if you are only selecting, or if you are only reading the data, by the time you can apply indexes. But the table will regularly keep inserting data, updating in the sense, better try to avoid indexes. Okay, and apply indexes for the large data storing tables. Say, for example, don't apply index for some master tables. Like if you want to, for example, in our uh, uh, SQL's in a in the example itself, in the student details example itself, we have the uh, course masters table. You consider we have a table as course master. So those are, we will be having very less, not more than 25 courses we may be having in a particular college. So in those scenarios, we don't want to apply indexes, because it will not result in the indexes will not be applied in an efficient way. So by the time we, in those scenarios, we can avoid the indexes. But for example, if you want, if you have a large amount of data, like you are going to select the student details, then in that table, if you are using that table frequently for your reporting purpose, I mean reading purpose, like reporting purpose or analyzing purpose, then you can definitely, you can apply the index. So these are the things which I would like to share. So I hope you all have learned something new from me. Okay. So thank you so much for listening, and please visit my website, Learn with Sundar. I will be writing more tips and tricks in SQL servers and performance tuning articles there. And if you have any queries, or you can follow me on my Twitter. This is my Twitter handle. I am Sundar Bal. So thank you, Suhas. Over to you.
Yeah, so thanks, Sundaram. So that was a very good session. I think that was a lot of tips. So thanks for that. So next up we have Vignesh. So over to you, Vignesh.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I will share my screen.
Yep.
Yeah, I hope my screen is audible to everyone.
Yes, Vignesh. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, bro. I will continue. Hi. Good morning, everyone. This is Vignesh Mani. I am a senior software engineer in Capgemini Technology. So I'm a cloud architect and Microsoft certified trainer, and I am working as a senior software engineer more than 7+ years of years. So today our topic is SQL Paas services and the how to sync the data from Azure Paas services from on-premises, and as well as how to sync from data from Azure to on-premises. Okay, so um, so this is our topic. Actually, I'm not going to show the much in the PPT. So we are going to into the demo. So because in the demo I will explain all the steps step by step. So what is the Azure PaaS services? Okay, so normally
Sorry to interrupt, Vignesh. So you can click on
yes.
the minimize button on top of the screen. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Good.
yeah. Okay, okay, thank you. Sorry. Okay, so what is SQL PaaS services in Azure? Okay, so nowadays the companies are moving to the modern cloud application, so cloud platform. So everyone is slowly moving to the cloud. So the SQL PaaS is here. It's one of the fully managed services by Azure. So it's a full and full Azure SQL database is fully managed platform as a services. It's a platform as a services, and they have inbuilt. We have the database engine. So whenever we are using the SQL PaaS services, it's everything that take care of Azure. So the batching related things, backup, monitoring, and security related things, the upgrading activities, everything they will handle. So we have the two type of SQL PaaS services. One is serverless. Serverless is fully managed services. Serverless is we need to pay for minutes. How many minutes we are using? We need to pay only for that. Suppose if you're using the SQL managed instance, we need to pay for hourly basis. So whenever, suppose we are a small concern with small company, suppose we are going to cloud, we can using the SQL Pass as a serverless. Okay, that is very comparing to the cost wise, SQL Pass and serverless is very low budget. So we can use the SQL Pass services. So normally, whenever we are moving to the cloud native or cloud related technologies, we no need to get the license, and we no need to install the SQL, and we no need to buy anything license in the on-premises. So when it's compared to suppose we are going to install the SQL in on-premises production server, we need to get that a license, and we need to install it, and we need to take care of everything. But if you're moving to the SQL path, so cloud providers will take care of everything. So we don't need to worry about it. We will concentrate in only our business. Okay. So we have a lot of advantages there in the SQL Pass services. I will explain one by one while uh, showing the demo. Okay. So actually, SQL Pass is always running the latest stable version of SQL Server database. For example, nowadays day by day, or every 6 months once, or month by month, they are releasing the different uh, engines. Okay, so whenever we are using SQL Pass, we they inbuilt, they will providing the latest server database engine. So no, they will it's batched themselves. They will take care everything. So the SQL Pass availability is 99.9% availability. We don't have much downtime, so it won't affect our business. Okay, so these are the main advantages. Okay, so whenever, how we will choose the SQL Pass services. Okay, suppose cost wise, how we will reduce. Suppose we are going to store not going to store much data. Suppose we are going to much data. So what we need to do? So I will show the everything in the demo. Okay. So I hope you now you got what is the SQL Pass services. So directly now I am going to show how we are going to create a SQL Pass, and how we are sync to SQL Pass from the on-premises. I am going to demo, because this demo will take much time, so that I directly starting to the demo. Okay, so I think everyone, we have the nowadays the Azure portal. So you go to the Azure portal, then now you are I am moving the Azure portal now. So go to Azure portal here. Okay. Once already I entered the Azure portal, so we can see that I actually already I have created the database, but I deleted everything for demo purpose. I am going to show the demo from the beginning. So if you go to here, if you suppose I create the database, so that latest used services is showing in the top. Okay. Suppose if you are using the first time, if you go into all the resources, you go to all the resources, you can find in the right side, you can find all the, this is I have created all the resources. If you go to here and go to home, if you go to home, okay, otherwise you can go to search the SQL database. Okay, so search in the search for SQL database, you can find the all things. Okay, it's SQL database. Okay, otherwise if you go to right side, you can go to the database, all the services, and select the database. Here you, in the database section, you can find the all the services. Okay, see here SQL database. So okay, wherever you are going to and click here, you can find it there. So I am going to the my dashboard. This is the dashboard. Okay, so in the dashboard I did not pin anything from my here. So again I'm going to home page. So I am clicking the SQL database. Okay. So once click the SQL database, see here, currently we don't have any databases here. So I am going to create a new SQL database. Otherwise you can click add here. Okay. So I am click create new database. Okay. Yeah. Now I am going to create, just click SQL database and creating database, and I am selecting the my subscription, Visual Studio Enterprise. My already I have created the resource group demo, so I have created resource group and a database name. What is our database name? Okay, actually I am going to create a database like demo. Okay, So whenever you are creating the first time, we need to create a server. So otherwise, apart from that, if you no need to create any server, because already I have created the server. So already I am selecting the demo SQL Server REST APIs. Okay. So here is elastic pool. They want to use the SQL elastic pool. So I am currently I am not selecting the no. Okay. So elastic means it will automatically increase that our capacity based on the our usage or request and response. Okay. So currently I am not using anything elastic pool. Okay. So here is the general purpose. Okay. Compute and storage. Okay. This is very important for SQL Paas. Okay. So whenever you click in the configuration the database, here you can find all the configurations you can choose here. Okay. See here, this is the what type of SQL Paas we are going to select. Okay. This is general purpose. Okay. So this is general purpose. Okay. See here, this is provisional. Provisional means you can see here computer resource are pre-allocated billed per hourly basis on vcode configure. Okay. So see here, separate machine for allocated for us, and they will build for hourly basis. Okay. So if you select provisional, you can see the cost here. See, you can find the estimated cost per month, 60. Okay. 16,847.28 in INR. Okay. This is the estimated cost. So if you suppose this is general purpose. So see here, general purpose is scalable computer and storage options. It's 500 to, okay, 2000 input output per second. Okay. IOPS, they have mentioned IOPS. Okay, input output per second. How much we can insert per second? How much we can insert and read the data? Okay, store or read the data. Okay, this is the latency, 2 to 10 millisecond latency. Okay, so latency time is it vary based on the our selection. Here is the serverless. If you select the same general purpose, if you select the serverless, so you can see that our estimated cost is dramatically changed. See here, this is 379 only. But what is the difference? This is serverless. We don't have allocated any separate system. Okay, at separate machine. But if you select the provisioner, they will allocate the separate machine, so that they building the much cost compared to serverless. Okay. So I am selecting now serverless. Okay, if you selecting the hybrid scale, okay, you can select general purpose. If you go to the hybrid scale, okay, you can find that hybrid scale is suppose we are going to use much and much data flow. We using the hybrid scale. You can see the cost and calculation on actual allocation. Allocated space increase automatically as you need up to 10 TB. Okay, this hybrid scale is very much cost. If you go to see here, the hybrid scale is the estimated cost you can find here. Okay, so 39,522. Okay, so this is hyperscale, the business critical. This is the business critical. So here is the estimated cost is 33,700. Okay, but normally we are using the general purpose. Okay, normally here is a small concern, we can using the serverless. Okay, so if I am selecting serverless, then here is the generation. Okay, so I am using a part here. How much score you are going to use? Okay, maximum score v code. Okay, and minimum v code. Okay, so how much code we are using? Because okay, so see data maximum size 32 GB. Okay, so if you want to, you can increase the size of maximum storage size here. Okay, then suppose if I am storing maximum storage 32 or 35. Okay, I am selecting 35. Okay, then here is the this is the capacity of the machine. Okay, maximum v core. Okay, I am choosing 2 core. Okay, or minimum core 0.5. Okay, so how much minimum score you v core you need? Okay, and how much maximum v core need? This is the computer hardware capacity size. Okay, so for example, suppose if you are buying that system, so normally your 8 GB, 1 TB terabyte, 8 GB RAM, 1 TB terabyte choosing the laptop. That is hardware. Suppose if you choosing the even the serverless, in that serverless, how much we need to allocate for you in one machine. Okay, for example, in one machine they will allocate the maximum v core 2 and minimum v core is 0.75. This is the same machine they will allocate for the separate persons. Okay, suppose if you're using provisioner, they will allocate a separate server only. They will allocate the entire separate server, so that compared to serverless and provisioner, the cost is much vary. Okay, so that this is the cost allocation. Okay, so then select apply. Once applied that one, and okay, then you go into review and create it. Okay, so whenever first time you creating, it will ask to the server, it's asking to the credential, username and password. Actually already I created the server, so that whenever creating, at the time it's asking username password first time, it's directly it's asking. So already I created. Okay, so once created, you can review the your networking, additional settings, everything. Then click create. The your SQL pass will be ready in the 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, so now I'm waiting 2 to 3 minutes. Now it's deploying our SQL class. So here it's taking some time for here. If you go to here you can see the progress. Okay, so deployment in progress. Okay, so it's in deployment in progress. So I am selected the serverless. Okay, so if you go to there, you can find the our our server SQL pass. Okay, once deployment is completed, I will show to you how it's created. So suppose normally if you go into here, see here, this is our database. Inside database, here we can using the customer. I have created one customer. In that customer we have tables, tables, store procedures. We have a lot of different separate folders there. Okay, so in the serverless, if you created that, you can see the same settings, but only the available is the 3 folders: tables, store procedure, programmability, and another one folders we can see there. Okay, so this is the my local machine. I have installed SQL Server 2019. So here is the okay, yeah. Now its deployment is completed. Okay, just go to your resources. Okay, always go to home, database. We go to database. Previously I don't have any database now. Okay, just refresh here. Yeah, see here, this is the demo, my database. Okay, demo. If you click demo, you can see this is the overall overview. Okay, see the server name. You can see using this server name you can connect your database from anywhere. Okay, this is server name. So here you can find all the pricing tier, subscriptions ID, everything you can find. Status is online. Okay, so this is the active log. You can find all the log related activities here. This is find the active log. Okay, so now if you go to overview. Okay, so how can I see all the tables? Okay, see here, this is the query editor. You click the query editor, same what how you are using, just you login is demo user. So I am entering my password. Okay, so I giving my already password. So once ended. Okay, see here, once you have created, we have some security, we have some firewall is blocking here. Okay, so see here, this 1.38.9. Okay, so client IP address is not allowed to access the server. Okay, what is the problem here? I could not log in here because the SQL pass firewall is blocking to connect through the portal. Okay, how can I resolve this one? So copy this your IP. Okay, this IP or go to command prompt, enter the IP config and copy your IP and go to the, I am going to separate separate tab. I see, I will show to you same demo DB. This is demo DB. Same demo DB. I am going here. So once I am going here. So once it's loaded, yeah, SQL database, same database. Actually, for same database, this is created here. Okay. So what we need to do here? Once here, go to the set server firewall. If you go to set server firewall, in that firewall, what we need to do here? All you need to add your IP. Okay, some name, paste it. Starting IP, ending IP. You paste it. Okay. For example, I am giving my IP. Okay, just if you go click yes and save it. Okay, once if you added your IP here, you could not access all the system only here. What are the IPs allowed here? Those IPs only can access or can connect the our SQL pass. Okay, so now if you click OK, it will connect here. See here, this is our SQL pass. I think we have successfully created, and you can see the SQL pass. If you go to the table, this is the table. We did not create any table. See here, this is the system data, firewall rules view. They have default created one firewall rule. That is firewall rules. What are the things we have manually added in the firewall rule? That rules they have created as a view, and they have run the rules here. Okay, then stored procedures. This is the SQL pass, the platform as a service. You won't see the all the folders. What are the folders you are available here? Those folders not available in the SQL pass. Only three folders are the table, views, and stored procedures. Those are the available in the SQL pass, because okay, SQL serverless, SQL platform as a service. It's a serverless. Okay, so you can find here. So you can create a table. You can create a table. Okay, but now I did not create any table. You can run all the queries, everything you can run here. Okay, this is the demo database. Okay, so I hope you what are the queries you are executing in the on premises or in SQL server, all the queries will support it. Okay, and as well as in the SQL Pass is here, it's running in the recent SQL server engine, SQL database engine, latest version of SQL server. So it will support all the recent updated uh, things in the SQL Pass. Okay, it's a full and full high availability, high storability, and the latency wise it's very high based on our core selections. Okay, when I already shown how can we how can we show the sorry, how can we select the hardware configuration based on that. Okay, so this is here. Okay, for example, I'm actually I'm not creating. Already I have written the table, but see here I will all the queries I am here. I have simple query here. Same query you can execute here. So what I am here, I am going to SQL pass. Actually, I'm just I create pasting here. So what I am doing, just uh, creating table. Okay, just run create table. So table is created, and I am inserting the value. Okay, so I am inserting the value. Once inserted, you can select the all the things. Okay, select start from customer. Okay, so this is select our customer. Okay, this is customer. Okay, so I'm copying here, select this one, just run that here. So see here all the tables is here. So if you want to see here, you can go to save the query. If you want to this query, so you can click save. It will automatically you can save as a SQL. If you want to export the data, you can JSON, CSV, everything you can export the data also. Okay, so all the options is there. So you can use those options. Okay, this is simple story. Okay, now what I am doing here, so I exported Excel, and you can download all the data in the Excel. Okay, see here data in the Excel. Okay, so what I am doing now I am going to delete this table, because I am going to show the demo how to sync the data from Azure to on-premises and on-premise to Azure. Okay, how we are going to sync the database data. Okay, this is the same as a SQL. So you can run all the queries, all the stored procedures, all the views here. It act as a same SQL which we have installed in the our local laptop on premises. Okay, so this is the SQL part. I hope the half part of this session is completed. How can we create the SQL path? Okay, I hope this is really useful. This one, how we are going to create the SQL path. Okay, so now I am going to create one database, and the database I am creating one table, and how we are seeing the data from on-premise to Azure, Azure to on-premises. Okay, I am going to show the next part of this session. Okay, so sorry, yeah. Okay, now actually we are now first I will delete this table. Sorry, drop it. Yeah, sorry, don't actually unfortunately I press F5. Okay, so normally whenever I press F5 in the SQL, it's run the query so that I have pressed F5. But if you in the portal, if you press F5, it will reload our application. Don't press F5, just run the code. Okay, just I deleting everything. Okay, so you see here now we don't have any table. Previously we have table, but now we don't have any table. Okay, so what I am going to here, I see here is I am going to open my local SQL database. I have created one table as a customer. In that customer we have one table I have created a table is customer. So this is the customer table. This customer table I have created one table customer, and I have created the primary key. Okay, so see here, whenever we need to sync the table from source to destination source to, all the tables should have a primary key. Without primary key, one column should have a primary key. Without primary key, we could not sync the table, because we need one unique key. Okay, unique column as a primary key. Without primary key, suppose if you forgot to create as a primary key in a table, we could not sync that table from source to destination or destination to source. Okay, we could not sync. Okay, so whenever creating the table, make sure you are using the primary key column. Okay, so this is, I have created one table. I have manually inserted the customer data. Okay, I have inserted the customer ID, name, place, city, and pin code. So I have selected the table. Okay, this is the one customer table. Okay, so this is customer table. So what I am going to do, I need to sync the table. Okay, see here, if you go to SQL database, remove here. This is the SQL database. Okay, so what I am doing, so we go to here in the SQL database, we go to the menu, you sync to other database. Here you can find sync to other database. You can find the sync to other database. Okay, this is the main option for sync your data from the from one source to destination. Okay, click the sync to other database. We going to sync the other database. We need to create a sync group and sync agent. Okay, there are two things are available. So here is the sync group. Okay, new sync group. Okay, so if I click refresh, we don't have any sync group and sync agent. Okay, so I am clicking the new sync group. Okay, this is creating one group for sync the data from one place to another place. Okay, so first I created the SQL class. In that SQL class, you go to inside the SQL class, you can find the left side, you can sync to other database. Click the sync to other database. Once click to sync to other database, you can select the sync group name. Okay, I am clicking the sync group name. I'm clicking sync group name, sync. Demo. Okay, sync demo. Okay, this is a sync group name. Otherwise, I put demo SQL sync. Okay, see here the sync metadata database. Okay, so which here is the sync metadata. Okay, so here is you are using the new database or using the existing database. Okay, so which database you are going to use the sync. Okay, so this is the demo SQL server already existing the database. This is the database. So are you are going to create a new database. Okay, so why we have the two type of conflict resource. I will tell you here. So see here, if you want to sync the database from the one hub. Okay, so member win and hub win. Okay, member win means see here. I am opening one MS Paint. So I will tell you what is two different. So see here, if you using one database. Okay, see here we have the one. We have two database. You are going to see two database. Okay, one is Azure. So this is one database. This is the Azure database, and another one is the on-premise database. So you want to sync two database. So you need to select the membering. So we can we will sync both bi-direction. Okay, we can first. Okay, this is one. Okay, this is the you can choose the member wing. Okay, so but I want to one common database. Okay, hub database. From the hub database it will sync from the both sides. For example, this hub means what we will do is actually this is the Azure. Okay, I have selected this is Azure. We might be one database in Azure, one database in on-premise. Okay, what I am doing here, this is Azure. Okay, so in that Azure we have one hub database. Okay, this is why we have one hub database. This is the separate database from the hub. Okay, this hub database. Okay, and the same one another one database also Azure. Okay, and another one database is on premises. This is the on premise database. Okay, so what will happening here? So what are the thing? This is hub means it's a common. Okay, so okay, hub means like a common. Okay, so whenever the data is sync first it will sync from, for example, whether Azure database to hub database. Okay, then this data sync from here. Okay, then if you suppose again sync some other thing, so from on premise to sync to hub database, then hub database to sync to Azure. Okay, the hub is common for the two different databases. Okay, so only this hub is communication between two different databases, whether it's Azure, it's on premises. But this is the two database, but only communication without any intermediate database. It's sync together. Okay, but the hub best practice hub is the good one. Okay, so what happening? Suppose if something conflict happening in the two database, it won't happen. So, but for example, if you're using the hub database, if anything conflict happening Azure database or on-premise database, automatically get the data from the hub. It will replace or it will sync. So it won't get much issue or much error. Okay, commonly it's taken from the hub and it automatically replaces. Okay, this is the main advantage of the hub database. Okay, so that I am using here I am using the hub. Okay, so for as a hub database you are using the existing database or new database, because I am I am currently I am using the demo database. Demo database is not a hub database. Okay, so what I am doing to for hub as a hub for hub database I am creating new database. So I am not using the existing one. Actually, what are the things I am going to sync to demo. This is demo. In for if you want to sync the data in the demo, I am creating new one hub database. From that hub database, we will sync to on premises as well as the cloud Azure, cloud SQL path. Okay, so I am selecting a new SQL. Okay, and I click here new database and click here. So this is the database name. Okay, so what is database name? Demo. hub. I'm selecting demo hub. Okay, so what I am doing, selecting the demo hub. Okay, this is the demo hub. So demo hub. Okay, this is the demo. Visual Studio demo server, everything the same. If I click OK, OK, so it's asking automatic sync is off. Okay, so you want to sync the data manually or automatically. Okay, so if you want the on, you can select the frequency. So you can find every seconds, every minutes, hours, day, every day. Suppose by clicking minutes, every 3 minutes or 5 minutes, you can sync the data. Okay, every 5 minutes, every 5 minutes, every 5 minutes or every 5 minutes or every 5 minutes or every 3 minutes. Okay, we will every 5 minutes or every 3 minutes. Okay, we are selecting that. We are selecting. Okay, so selecting minutes. Okay, so I am selecting hub. If you click OK. Okay, it will take some time. It will take some time. It will take sometimes the deploying in progress. Okay, so once the sync group is created, and we need to add a sync members. Okay, it's a sync group. The sync group is we need to with the help of the sync group, all the data will sync. So sync members. Okay, what are the sync members we are going to add? Okay, so it's creating here. Okay, so deployment is going in progress. So if you go to database, previously I have created one demo database. Okay, so now we have created the demo hub. So once created, automatically you can find here, this is the hub database. It will come another one database, because I am creating one hub database, so it will automatically creating the sync group, and as well as it's creating a new database. Okay, it's a demo hub. Okay, this is my demo hub database. Okay, so it will take little bit time. So once press here, okay, it will take a little bit time. Once it's created, it's completed here. Okay, successfully updated. It's going to create in demo sync. Okay, demo SQL sync. It's sync is creating demo SQL sync. SQL sync is creating. It's taking few more minutes, guys. It's creating. Because I have deleted all the database because of the past. I have removed, so that I have created everything newly, and I am showing the demo now. So I am creating here. So it's one sync group is created, and we need to add the sync members. What are the sync group? In that sync group, we have a hub database. From hub database, it will sync to the member database. For example, the member database might be it's available in the Azure, or it is available in the on-premises. So it's based on our convenience. Okay. So in the meantime, I will create a own database, new database, this customer database. If you go to the customer, I have only one field, the customer table. In that customer table, this is the customer table. In that customer table, I have created a customer table. This is the customer table. So in that customer table, I have added one record. Vignesh, I have added one record. Okay, this is one record. So I am going to this customer table, customer database, going to sync into the our Azure on premises. Okay, so yeah, now it's created. Okay, now the Azure sync is created. Now hub database. Okay, so here is the hub database. What is our hub database username? Already I given the demo user account. Okay, so I am using the same username password to all the places, because it's won't confusing for us. Okay, so that already I have used demo user and password. Otherwise, you can do the you can give the new password here. Okay, for the hub database, you can give the username and password. Okay, if you go to here, if you refresh here, okay, see here you create a one new hub databases. You can find here it's online. Okay, so what I am doing here, in here I am going, okay, before can you add SIM member. Okay, so what I am going to here, I am going to here the demo hub database. In the hub database, first I am connecting and I will add the one record in the hub database first. Okay, this is the hub database. I am entering the query editor. Okay, okay, here I am entering the hub database. Okay, so what I am going to here, you already have the query. Okay, so what I am going to here, copy that query and I will creating the one table in the hub database. Okay, I am creating the one table. Sorry, press run. And I will insert. Here is what I am doing here. Instead of clicking it, I am giving this Azure. Okay, so I am select running. Okay, yeah, I have inserted one record. Select customer. Yeah, here is I have added. That is Vignesh. Here is Azure. Okay, I have added here. Okay, yeah. So, so I have added here. So what I am doing here, this is here. And again I am going to here. This is the hub database username and password. So I giving the same username password to all the pages for avoiding the confusion. But anyway, if you want to different username and password, you can give it here and you should remember it. Okay. So and select the, see, we can select the member database. Okay, so from the hub database we need to sync what are the member database. Okay, from one is the Azure and another is the on-premises. Okay, so please we select here. I am selecting member database. Okay, here member database. Okay, I am selecting here. Okay, here the configuration Azure database. Okay, here I am configuring the member database. Okay, so what I am configure, config sync member. Okay, so I am related name I am giving here. This is from SQL server. This is SQL server name. From database, actually it's it should uh, sync from the demo hub. Okay, because this is the demo database. In the demo database we should sync from the demo hub. Okay, so on sync direction I am clicking the to the hub, from the hub or by direction. Okay, so which it actually we should only sync from hub to local database, hub to one way direction, or from here to there, or there to here, or here to here, or here to here. Okay, suppose you want to by direction, normally you select the direction. Okay, so sync. Okay, I am selecting the by direction sync. Okay, so you need to give the username for config Azure database also. Okay, what are the configuration you giving? You need to give the database. Okay, but I am giving the same username password to all the places. So today we can remember, but after some month or some week you could not remember. So that avoiding the confusion, I am giving the same credential. Just click OK. So okay, once click it's completed. Okay, you can find the see here you can know Azure SQL database is available here. Okay, so once it's completed, you can find that member data here. Okay, then okay, see here the configuration member. If you go to here, it's completed. Okay, so what I am going to do now, I am going to add the on-premises for the sync. Okay, so add the on premises the sync. Okay, here the on premises what we need to sync gateway install is secured. Okay, so for the sync the on-premise data to Azure, we need here existing, we need to create a one agent. So we create a new agent. So for that agent we need a one software. Okay, client sync agent. Okay, this is the software. See here, suppose we want to install on premises, we need to sync the data from on premises to Azure, Azure to on premise. You need to install the one software manually, that is client sync agent. Okay, so suppose in the many corporate or many companies in the production server they won't allow to install the some external software. This is Microsoft only providing, but they won't allow the install the software. Okay, suppose you are going to migrate your database to Azure. At some case you want to sync the data from on-premise to Azure. You want to start that migration. You should confirm with the security team whether they will allow this software in the on-premises. That is very important. Okay, so first what we need to do is going to this here, download the software. Okay, so already I installed, but for demo purpose I have uninstalled from my system. Okay, so in the meantime you can add the agent name. Okay, sync demo sync agent. Okay, here it's in. Okay, what here it's going here, this is the if you download, click the downloading, it will going to automatically. Okay, so if you download here, I'm selecting the SQL data sync 2.0. So 68 64. Okay, okay, now 64 64 for the MSC. So click here and click next. Okay, if it will download automatically, so you need to install, you should install in the your on-premise system. Okay, click save here. Okay, in once save the database, go to download part. Okay, see here I have installed lot of times, I have downloaded lot of times. You can, so currently I download the in the top one. Okay, the clicking here, double click. So once the click, it's run that installing that software in my machine. Okay, okay. So once the installation completed, so we need to generate the key here. You need to copy this key and we need to paste that in the our sync agent. Okay, so click next. I agree and again click next. Here you need to type your Windows credential. Okay, here you need to you click Windows credential. Okay, your system or server Windows credential or your system Windows credential. Okay, click next. Okay, and then next. So if your Windows credential is wrong, it could not install in your system. Okay, now click next. It's installing. It's taking 2 minutes for installing. So once installed, we generate the key from here, and copy those key, and we will paste here in this software, and we will connect our on-premises data. Okay. So it's installing that. It's taking 2 to 3 minutes. I think it won't take much time. So see, this is the sync agent. Without installing the software, you could not sync the on-premises database from the on-premise database from Azure to on-premises or on-premise to Azure. Okay, it's not possible. Just okay. It's installing. Yeah, I hope it's not taking much time. Maybe maximum 3 minutes because I have opened a lot of things in the system, so that's taking time. So currently I am downloading the 64-bit, but based on your system requirement, you can download that sync agent. Okay, I think something wrong here. Just go to here, my computer, and click properties. So see here, give us something wrong. And, so my see my system. This is yeah. Okay, I am going to install again. And so you carefully give your credential. See here your domain name / user. Okay, so my domain name. Yeah, now I am installing. Click next. I hope it's now installing. Maximum 10 minutes. First, I will complete this session. Maximum 10 minutes. So once install the Sing agent, I hope yeah, so installing. Yeah, I think installing successfully. So whenever installing, you carefully give your Windows credential. Otherwise, including the domain name. Otherwise, you would not install this Sing agent. Okay. So and as well as your system also should be online. Okay. So once the installed, we need to generate the key. We need to enter the sync key as well as our local database name. Local means on-premises database name. We need to give here. So once it's give and it's entered, and it will automatically sync to the our sync group. So and we can select those database and we will sync from the both. And I think it's a very easy one only. But so why I am showing the I thought already I installed the software, but some in the installation also here. Yes, yes, successfully installed. Just close it. Yeah, I'm closing here. So once installed here, okay, just go to just open that sync software. Okay, so once installed, it will go your system. Okay, you go to here. See here, you can find the Microsoft SQL Sync Data Agent. Okay, you can find the Sync agent. Okay, just 1 minute there. It's refreshing. Yeah, see here, click the Microsoft Sync here. Just open it. Once open here, yes, it's taking a bit time. Yeah, the Sync agent is open. Okay, what you are doing here? Once the Sync agent first download, and give the agent name. Once install that Sync, okay, just then create a key. Okay, the create and generate a key. Okay, once given here, I think it's generating the key. Okay, so once key is generated, what you need, just copy here and go to here, sync agent, submit the agent key. Okay, so in that give the agent key. Okay, and then your SQL server. Okay, here is the our seeing metadata database configuration. Actually, for seeing metadata configuration, we give one username password. So same that username password is demo user. So whenever what, suppose if you give different username password, just note it down that password, and that password you need to give here. Okay, whenever you're giving the database configuration, the metadata configuration in the portal, okay, here where is you have configured in the portal SIM number in the SIM number tab, you have given the username password. So that username password you give here, just test connection. First click the test connection. The connection is success. Then you click OK. Yeah, connection is succeeded. Then click OK. So once the connection is connected here, then we need to register which database going to sync. Yeah, just going to click register. Here I am using Windows. You are going to give on-premise Windows credentials, SQL credentials. Okay, I am clicking server name. Okay, now which on-premise data you are going to keep? Okay, this is the I am going to copy my on-premises server name. This is the server name. Just copy this server name, and this is my on-premise server name. See Vignesh PC MSS SQL. That's that server name. I'm going to here. You going to here. Give here. This is server name. Database. What is the database name? Database is the customer. Okay. Which database? Okay. We have customer table. Okay. Database is customer. Here database name. So then username and password. This is on-premises SQL Server username and password. Test connection. The connection is succeeded and save it now. Once saved, you can find that sync here. The database is enabled here. Yeah, customer, the database sync, the reachable. You can start as reachable, minimize here. Then click OK here. Okay, now the sync agent is completed. Now going to click sync database. In that sync database, select the database. You can need to select the from the on-premises. Okay, sync member from on-premise. Okay, and select here our database. What are things we have given here? This customer database will be here, and which direction? Both by direction. Okay, click OK. So once click the it's okay. I selected. Now click OK. Okay, so now it's once completed. See, you can find that this is the on-premise database. Okay, you can see a sync member from the on-prem. Okay, this is the Azure database. So all the things is completed. Just click OK. Maximum 5 minutes later I will complete it. Okay, yeah, once this process is completed, this processing. This is final step. We are using the final step. Okay. Yeah. Here is the yeah. So here is the select the database. Here we have table. So see what I am doing. This is hub database. Okay. In the hub database, click refresh. In the meantime, what I am doing here, I am going to demo database. I'm going to here demo database. I am connecting the demo database. I am connecting the query editor. In the demo database, I did not create anything. So in the first, I will create the table in the demo. Actually, I created the hub database. Hub database, I have created the table and I have inserted one value. But in the demo database, see here we don't have any table. Just I am creating only the table, not inserting the value. Okay. In the demo database, I am creating only the table, not inserting the value. Okay, just this is the okay run. Okay, what I am doing here. This is the customer. Okay, so what I am doing, select customer, running here. Here no record is found in the demo database. Okay, so hub database already I have. This hub database already I have the one there. This hub one created, but record is available in Azure. Okay, so what I am doing here now, this is tab is no need. Going here. So this is the hub database. Select hub and refresh here. Here is the config in the sync group. Okay. Yeah, in the hub database already we have one table customer. Select this table. In this table we are syncing all the columns. Okay, you should select the primary key column, but what are the columns we need to sync? I am selecting all the columns. Okay, and select save. Yeah, so now again going to demo SQL sim, going to here, you can see the all the here you can see the three database. Two is from Azure, the two is from the two is from Azure, two is from the uh, uh, um, one is from on premises, two is from the Azure. Okay, select here again. So again I'm going to configure this in config sync. Just click refresh. This config sync member is we have did two things. One is from the on-prem database, one is from the Azure database. Okay, so what I am doing here. If you go to table, yeah, this is customer. On here also all the same the same group. Okay, so and again what I am doing here. Yeah, and again going table and I am again clicking the sync member from the on-prem. So on-prem also I am selecting all the columns. Okay, so in the table from where from in the if you go to here in the table we need to show the all the sync related activities. Okay, if you go to this table, you click this table, it's a loading. Yeah, if you go to here, the first time hub database and configure sync member and sync from the on-prem. This is the on-prem. This is from Azure. This is from on-prem. So all the database is bidirectional. All the columns should be synced. Okay. So see, you can find all the logs. Okay. If you want to run the sync manually, you can click sync. The sync is sync is running now. Okay. So if you set the configuration, it will automatically run every 5 minutes or every day, everything okay. It's a sync. Okay, I think it's a sync is executed. You can you run this database. Yeah, see here previously the demo database we don't have any data, but here you can find the data. So what are the data is that this hub data. Okay, this hub database, this data should sync into the on-prem same database. You can find the previously we don't have any record. You can find the sync. Okay, same way if you go to here, you can find the logs, all the logs. Okay, if you go to here, if you run that on-prem, it should sync. See here, Azure. You could previously I give my name, but it's sync to the latest database. But key make sure uh, key based on the key it should sync the value. Okay, so what I am doing now, I am currently adding one more record in the hub database. Okay, see here I am adding in the hub database. In that hub database, I am adding one more record. Okay, ID is 2. Okay, ID is 2. I am adding Vignesh. Okay, and then selecting here and insert. Okay, now select here. This is the hub database, 2 record. Now see here, here is the only one record. So what I am doing, I am going to run the sync group. Already I sync group. Once you run the sync group, see here you can find all the success results. You can find the here all the logs you can find here. If anything fail, it will show the logs here. You can find the slot and you can rectify those errors. Okay, so I think if you run successfully, you can find the 2 record here, and if you go to on-prem, you can find the 2 record. See here, 2 record. It's a sync is success. Okay, so guys, this is the way. Might be little bit confusing you, but you if you are the first time, you can replay this video and you can see uh, 2 or 3 times. Definitely you get it. So if you want any doubts or anything, just just ping to me or my MCWiki it's my Twitter ID. So just ping to me, and definitely I will resolve anything, any queries. I definitely I will help to you. I hope this session is very useful. I think it will take much time because of the initialization process and its other things taking much time. I hope this is very useful. If anything, let me know. Okay. Thanks so much, you guys, and thank you so much, Sundaram, and to all. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, Vignesh. So that was a very good session of. So that was a very good demo actually. So it was
Thank
not
you.
kind of theory, and it was a good demo of showing it. So thanks,
Thank you.
Vignesh, for your session.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Um, okay, so I think
Any
we
queries?
came to. So till now there are no questions, Vignesh.
Okay, bro. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So if you have any questions related to the session, you can contact him in Twitter. Like this is his Twitter handle, MCA Wiki MAS. You can contact him in Twitter. Okay. Um, so we came to an end of the sessions. Today we focused on SQL. So first we saw about performance of SQL queries, and then we saw about how we can, like keep in sync the on-prem database and the Azure database. It was very both the sessions were very much interesting. I hope you learned something new. So this is our Meetup account. So meetup.com/Talklify community. Like you can go to this Meetup group and you can just click join. Like you'll have a join button here. So you can join this group to get, like we'll post all the events we are conducting every month, and once we publish this event, like you'll get all the notifications. Like once we publish these events, like you'll get the notifications. So you can just keep track of all the activities that we are doing in this respective Meetup group. So you can just come to this website, meetup.com/Talklify community, and you can stay up to date of the events we are conducting in the future. So once again, thanks everyone for joining, and thanks to the speakers Vignesh and Sundaram for for sharing their knowledge. So and also thanks everyone for joining on this Saturday. Yeah. So thanks everyone, and take care and stay safe. Bye. Thank you.